When your throat is feeling ouchy, all painful and scratchy, it can make swallowing a real challenge. Like even that sip of water feels like a big task. We get it. Not every sore throat means rushing to the doctor. But let's be real, it's still a total mood spoiler. But fear not, because we've got some home sweet home remedies to make that throat feel a bit more chill. So, if your throat is throwing a mild tantrum, these tips might just do the trick. Let's get started. Starting with honey. Honey is not just a sweet treat for your taste buds, but a superhero for that annoying sore throat. Whether you mix it in your tea or take a spoonful on its own, honey has some serious soothing powers. A bunch of smart people did a study in 2021, and guess what they found? Honey is like the superhero's sidekick to coughs, especially in kids. It's as good as that fancy cough syrup stuff you find in the pharmacy. Another study checked out honey's game against nasty infections in your nose and throat. Turns out, honey kicked butt. It was even better than antibiotics and some other meds. So, next time your throat is throwing a tantrum, honey might just be the hero you need. Saltwater gargle. Grab a glass of warm water, not too hot, just cozy warm. Now, throw in half a teaspoon of salt and mix it up like you're making a secret potion. And you've got your magic sore throat potion. And now, you have to gargle with it. Swish it around in your mouth like you're practicing for a gargling championship. This helps calm down the grumpy throat and clears out the bad stuff. And get this advice from the American Osteopathic Association. They say it's cool to do this gargling thing at least once an hour. Chamomile tea. Chamomile sounds soothing, doesn't it? Well, turns out, it's not just a cool name. There's some smart research saying that chamomile tea is like a superhero for your sore throat. A study in the Molecular Medicine Report claimed that chamomile has these things called phytonutrients. Fancy terms, but they're like little helpers that might make your sore throat feel less grumpy. Not only does chamomile tea make your throat feel all comfy, but it also fights inflammation. That's the swelling that makes your throat go. This tea is chill and caffeine-free. So, sip it whenever you want, day or night. Peppermint. Do you know how peppermint makes your breath all minty fresh? Well, turns out it's not just good for that. Peppermint has some cool powers. It can calm down inflammation, and it's got this menthol thing that helps with coughs and sore throats. You've probably seen peppermint tea at the store, but guess what? You can make your own. Just throw some dried peppermint leaves into hot water, let it chill for a bit, strain it, and voila, homemade peppermint tea. Oh, and here's a neat trick. If your throat is feeling a bit off, mix a few drops of peppermint oil, the kind you can eat, with some olive oil, almond oil, or coconut oil. Spray it in your throat, and it might just make you feel better. Fenugreek. So you've got this herb called fenugreek. You can munch on fenugreek seeds, rub some fenugreek oil on your skin, or sip on fenugreek tea, especially when your throat is giving you trouble. A study from 2018 showed that fenugreek is pretty amazing. It can help ease pain, like those pesky menstrual cramps. Plus, it's got some skills in fighting off bacteria, causing irritation, acting as an antifungal champ, and even boosting lactation. If you're expecting a little one, it's better to steer clear of mega doses of fenugreek. And kids shouldn't be using it as a supplement either, says the National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health. So, whether you're tossing back some seeds, trying out fenugreek oil, or enjoying a cup of fenugreek tea, know that you're giving your body a little herbal hug with fenugreek. Marshmallow roots. There's this herb called marshmallow root, not to be confused with the sweet treats you roast by the fire. This herb has something cool called mucilage, which is like a soothing, mucus-like coat for your sore throat. Imagine it as a comfy blanket for your throat troubles. You can find marshmallow root in different forms like herbal tea, tincture, and dried and capsule form. Your marshmallow-flavored snacks won't do the trick. We're talking about the real marshmallow root here, not the sugary goodness in your desserts. So, whether you're sipping on marshmallow root tea or trying it in other forms, just think of it as a friendly helper, giving your throat some extra TLC. Licorice root. Licorice root isn't just for candy. It's been a go-to for soothing sore throats for ages. In a study from 2019, they brewed up some herbal infusions, and guess what? Licorice root tea was the star player, especially at keeping Streptococcus pyogenes, the culprit behind strep throat, in check. If you're gearing up for surgery, popping some licorice root lozenges or using it as a gargle might be your secret weapon to dodge a post-surgery sore throat. If you're expecting or nursing, licorice root might not be the best buddy for you, so you have to be safe first. Slippery elm. So, just like marshmallow root, slippery elm has this cool stuff called mucilage. Imagine it as a kind of slimy gel that gives your throat a comforting hug. Using slippery elm is a breeze. Pour hot water over the powdered bark, stir it, and sip away. It's like making a cozy drink for your throat. And if you're not into the drinking vibe, you can try slippery elm lozenges. They're like little throat-soothing candies. Slippery elm is an old-school trick for sore throats, but we're still waiting on more research to be sure how well it works. It's like your grandma's remedy that needs a bit more science backup. And one more thing, if you're taking other meds, be mindful. Slippery elm might slow down how your body absorbs them. To play it safe, give it at least an hour after taking your usual pills to avoid any mix-ups. Garlic. So, garlic. It's not just for keeping vampires away. Turns out, it's got this superhero compound called allicin that's like a germ-fighting champion. A study from 2020 even gave it a thumbs up for battling viral infections. Popping some garlic supplements every day can be your secret weapon against those pesky upper respiratory infections. You know, the ones that might give you a scratchy throat. You don't need a pill if you're into culinary adventure. Toss some fresh garlic into your meals. It's like adding a tasty, germ-kicking boost to your food. You can also try sucking on a garlic clove or giving it a good chew. Broth or soup. Chicken soup is not just a cozy meal. It's like an old friend when you're feeling under the weather. You've probably heard stories about its magical healing powers, and guess what? An older study is on its side. Back in 2000, some clever people tested chicken soup in a lab to see how it deals with immune cells, specifically the troublemaking ones called neutrophils. Turns out, chicken soup can be a very helpful remedy. It slowed down the movement of these cells. Different brands of chicken soup had their unique flair in doing this. In a 2020 update, researchers hinted at something amazing. Chicken soup might not just heal your body, but it could also give your mind a little boost. It's like a warm hug for your soul. Steam or humidity. If your throat is feeling a bit grumpy and dry air is not helping the situation, what can you do? Well, adding some moisture is the secret sauce. One cool trick is to inhale some steam. Here's the play-by-play. Grab a bowl, pour in hot water, not boiling, just cozy hot. Then drape a towel over your head and breathe in that steamy goodness for about 10 to 15 minutes. It's like a mini spa day for your throat. If the steam party starts to cool down, just toss in a bit more hot water. Or, if you're a shower fan, crank up the heat, shut the bathroom door, and let the steam work its magic. It's like turning your shower into a throat-soothing sauna. And if you're tech-savvy, there's the trusty humidifier. It's like a magical machine that adds moisture to the air. However, a study from 2017 said that super warm, humidified air might not be efficient for the common cold. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more easy-to-follow health advice. Take care and see you in the next one.